PO, who needs PO? Yeah, thank you. I don't need PO. Nobody needs PO, man. The only people that should be using Piosolver are people playing 10-20 plus. It takes very simple poker to get to high stakes. You don't need fancy sims, mixing craziness, fancy this, fancy that. You just need to, like, sit and think and, learning a thing or two about balance. But mostly just sitting and thinking and playing simple poker will get you to high stakes. And then once you're at high stakes, then start fucking around with Piosolver if you want to. Totally fine. If Sterling doesn't study with solvers, he's probably a losing player. Well, I don't study with solvers. I've never used a solver. I'm just going to go... I go kind of old school, and I'm just going to re-raise ace-king. I don't know if the sims do this or not, or what the sim play is, but sticking with the old school. What I kind of think, my general impression is when, like, low-stakes players grind a bunch of sims and use a bunch of fancy, like, reasoning of, like, fancy, equity, this and that, and all these fancy things, is I think it's people that my impression is that it's often I see somebody that wants to look really smart and they want to, like, feel really advanced and sophisticated and, like, really, like, in there just by, like, using these fancy sims and poker tools. But I don't think it actually is, like, helping people win more money. That's kind of what I see, like, from a lot of people that grind these sims. Like, I just don't see it being a helpful way to make money. I just think it's just like, I want to sort of pretend I'm a high stakes poker player that's, like, doing some really high level advanced calcs, solving spots. Like, I don't know. I think it takes very simple poker to get to high stakes, and I think people sometimes will get into grinding a bunch of sims and then, like, get to some very complicated ideas about different spots and then end up just becoming confused. And really, they just need to be plain simple. Have value bets, have bluffs, try to use blockers. Don't need to fine-tune very, very specific ranges and things when you're playing 10 to 25 cent. That's my rant. That's my little rant. You guys can, take it for what it's worth. You can call me an exploitative donk that doesn't know shit about game theory. But I'm on my little podium here, little pedestal, talking shit on the Piosolver. Might be true on American sites where everybody is 10 times worse. No way you can do that on stars. I can't speak to that. There's a very good chance you're right. I haven't been able to play on stars in 10 years, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. I do have friends who beat stars 500 and L that I think I'm better than they are because I've played a bunch with them. So, and I haven't used solvers. So I think I'm open to the possibility that I could beat 500 and L without using solvers, but there's no way for me to know. So, I can't really speak to that. But yes, I think your general point I probably agree with. That if you're trying to beat very, very tough poker players, you probably do need solvers. I don't think I would stand a chance at moving up to, like, 25-50 without doing a bunch of solver work. Because, like, I do think solvers are very useful, and they do have a purpose, just not for low and mid stakes players. I think there's very good purpose for high stakes players to use solvers. But when I see low and mid stakes players use solvers, I think that's kind of silly. How useful are solvers high stakes when some people don't use them? I think at high stakes, I think they're incredibly useful. I haven't done this, so I'm just, my guess is as good as yours, really. But I think it would be extremely hard to go from like being a 25-50 player to being a 100-200 player without using solvers. Maybe like 200 Zoom players on Stars are exempt from that, and those guys should be using sims. Maybe that's true. I don't really know. Yeah, I get it. I'm totally in that Chari Carell shit. Even though I hate that dude. I really don't like that guy. But I don't really have a similar position to him either. Like, there's a very big difference in my position and his, in that he thinks solvers aren't useful for anyone. I think they're just not useful for low and mid stakes players who just don't even have the fundamentals down and are trying to run sims. I think for high stakes players they're amazing. So I'm definitely anti Charlie Carell when it comes to him against Doug Polk. I'm completely in the Doug Polk camp on the issue of solvers and GTO and that sort of thing. A grade A troll. Do you use Sims? I don't use Sims. Yeah, I won't play heads up against AOM Omi Shot. I don't play pros. I don't play pros, alright? That dude called me out and he confirmed I'm an imposter. I was too afraid to play heads up with him. I'm the next floppy haired, confirmed. Okay, I can't really say I hate him. It's a pretty strong word, but I hate watching his videos and his content. I hate the way that he talks. So I just want to clarify that. I don't hate him. I hate his poker content. I hate the way that he talks. Trying to listen to that guy and follow his train of thought. It's he just I can't listen to that guy. He always seems to just be talking out of his ass and change the subject 4 times and try to come up with an analogy for how this guy talks. I can't find one. I'll move on. But yeah, it irks me. I don't trust those solvers. I'm not about that solver life.